of teleportation today, because I'm on the docks at 9 o'clock. That's my booking time, so I can't get on the docks before 9 o'clock in London Gateway. And for those of you that don't know where London Gateway is, if you know where Tilbury Docks is on the Thames, it's a bit east of Tilbury, about 10 miles I suppose, something like that. So I'm there, which is in the right the east of the country, and then at exactly the same time, 9 o'clock, I've got to be in just south of Bristol. I've got no idea how that's supposed to happen. I mean, it's a 4-hour drive. Unbelievable. So yeah, that'll be fun today. And by the time I got down to Bristol, I won't be far out of hours. So I'll unload, and then that'll be my lot. I'll find somewhere to park, and that'll be it for the day. So crazy times. I was just listening to the news, and they said about Felixstowe Docks, and Maersk, which is one of the biggest shipping companies, is turning away boats from Felixstowe and sending them over to like Rotterdam and Bremen and other container ports in Europe. So they're not actually getting here. So those containers are going to be stuck in European ports, possibly to be offloaded onto smaller boats to then come over to here, but it won't go to Felixstowe. They get filtered into some of the smaller ports, but that'll all take time. And then you've got the logistics of getting them from the smaller ports to where they need to be. So yeah, interesting times. Interesting times. Anyway, it's dark. I'm guessing you can't see a great deal. We've got street lights on, but yeah, I'm heading round towards London Gateway. I'm going to be taking an hour off when I get there. So I should get there about just after 7. I've got to refuel, so about 7:30. So yeah, I'll get an hour's break in, and then get ready to get on the docks for 9. Oh my word! On the docks for 9, and then straight over towards Bristol. So yeah, I'll probably speak to you when it's a bit lighter. Speak to you later. Cheers, bye.
right now, I really do. And perhaps there's something here that can be learned from the organic sector, because for farmers in the past who wish to convert to organic farming, there was support there for them through that 2-year period when their farm was transitioning away from that reliance on artificial fertilizers towards a more mixed farming approach and using natural nitrogen through plants that can fix nitrogen into the soil. But clearly that takes time, and right now I can opposition to plans to withdraw funding from CTEC, but Michelle Donnellan, the Minister for Further Education, said it was important for taxpayers and students to avoid duplication. Researchers say life expectancy has declined in some parts of the north of England in the last decade, while other parts of the country have recorded large increases. The team at Imperial College London says the findings are alarming. They put the differences down to poverty and insecure employment, as well as reductions in welfare support and healthcare. The government has pledged to tackle regional inequalities in health and also its levelling up agenda. Lawyers are beginning action against Amazon on behalf of its delivery drivers. The law firm Lee Day is claiming that self-employed drivers should be given the same rights as employees. Details from our business correspondent Emma Simpson. The retailer uses self-employed drivers via multiple third-party providers for deliveries to homes. CJ claims that because of the way Amazon operates, these drivers should be classed as employees and be entitled to things like holiday pay. It says it's already begun legal action on behalf of two drivers and is seeking others to join a group action. CJ claims at least 3,000 drivers potentially be owed more than £100 million in compensation.
Hello? 6:34. Shortly be approaching the Dartford crossing. So as we're going anti-clockwise, it'll be the tunnel. Got a good sunrise, what will be shortly. Broken, but good bit of pinky sky over there. Very little cloud. Traffic totally stacked up the other way. Ugh. So it could be the long way round for me for the M4 if that remains like that. I doubt that it will, because I've got several hours before I'm back down this way, but you never know. You never know. Excuse me. Yeah, that's nasty going that way. So far, no reports of hold-ups. See them streaming over the bridge, look. Afterburners on. We go. Through here, see the truck up ahead, he's right on that white line, so we barely fit. Just takes a bit of a wobble and you're going to take somebody's wing mirror off. Bit of a deceptive climb coming up out of here. Move into the right hand lane. There's a van coming up on the right. Start signalling, check the mirrors, move across. We're in the correct lane now to come off. You may as well stay with me as I just negotiate my way around here unless I get held up in traffic. All moving. Always the potential for accidents here as people go through the tunnel in the right hand tunnel and then realise that they've got to come off at this junction. Means they've got to get across multiple lanes of traffic. Noisy trailer. Where's he going? Get over. Coming into my lane. Nearly had the nee of my horn. Off here as I exit off. I remain in the right hand lane.
exit left.
We've got a bit of traffic. It's not unusual. As long as no one plows into the back of me, I'm alright. So we're moving, so just got to watch out for the lane hoppers. Left a bit of space up ahead. How do people look? 3 vehicles there. Get this far and then realise they're in the wrong lane. Jesus, motorcyclists. I've got no idea where that motorcyclist came from. I didn't see him come up in my mirrors or where he came from. The only time I realised there was something there was when the alarm went off, which means he was up way past my trailer and up to the cab end. That's where the sensors are. As long as everybody's in the right, correct lane as you go around this roundabout, it sort of spits you out in the right place. But all it takes is for someone to be an idiot, and you've got all sorts of problems. So we're in this right-hand lane.
Enter the roundabout. Take the 4th exit.
You follow it round to the middle lane.
Take the 4th exit towards A13, towards Basildon.
Oh, he just fucked us up through a red light. And where did he come from? You know? Dick head. White Eagle cars. You're complete and utter knob. That's the problem with being in that right hand lane. You get traffic stuck there, which means they can't get through, but staying in this left hand lane, you get a clear path. I'll leave you on so you can see the sunset up here, looking good. Sky. I'll have to leave you on to get a bit of that. Bloke in the middle lane, 50-mile-an-hour limit. I'm doing 49. So what speed is he doing?
Right.
A lot less, obviously. before anyone says overtaking on the inside, you can't do that. Well, I'm keeping up with the flow of traffic. And the highway code clearly states that if you keep up with the flow of traffic in your lane, then it is possible to overtake on the inside. People just don't know how to drive. Why did that car move from the left hand lane into the middle and just decide to sit there now? 1, 2, 3, there's at least 4 cars just sat in that middle lane. 3 cars. I hope I get to see a bit more of this sky. Chemtrails, look at that. Now we're going to see a bit. How good is that? Hoping you can pick all this up. And this is what it's all about for me. You know, I get to see this. That sky's amazing. In the fields. And that sky. That's just incredible. sky a bit better. Crisscross of those chemtrails, it's just amazing. Losing its pinkiness now though. Pretty chock-a-block going the other way though, isn't it? Look at that. Jeez. So hopefully that cleared a bit by the time I get out there. Around me, I want this middle lane.
Keep right onto the manorway.
I don't know why they say, why she says runway. It's the manorway, I think. Yeah, manor, as in Lord of. I don't know. So we're more or less here now. So I may as well turn you off. Thank you for riding with me. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. Don't forget, this is the first one you've watched of me. Hit the subscribe for more of me talking nonsense. Although I think I was fairly sensible enough when I didn't come out with anything too rash. I don't even think I swore, did I? Might have. If I didn't swear, well, you were lucky, because normally I do. Afterburners on. Right. The sky has lost its pinkiness. And there we see the cranes of London Gateway ahead of us, look. You just see them
Go
there.
over the roundabout, taking the second exit.
Come on, change.
Take the second exit.
Come on. So I shall speak to you again once I'm on my way, no doubt. So I'll speak to you all later.